Here we are on a Friday night doing our thing. How's everybody out there in Internet City? We hope you are having fun. We hope you're having a good time. It's a little bit, it feels like a different night. It feels like coming back home, kind of, to like a Friday night when we used to record this show. We've been all over the place recently with when we've been recording this podcast, but man. I wasn't really going anywhere specific with that. Of just like, man, it's been kind of a crazy month.
Just remember when we did Friday flashback.
Yeah. And then remember when we said we were going to do Wednesdays, but then we moved it to Thursdays, and then we technically moved it back to Wednesdays, but still only did it like once on a Wednesday this whole month. It feels like kind of wild. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 205 of the Whatnauts Captain's Log, where every week we thirst for the taste of vengeance. No real Mountain Dew update for you here this time. I just have a little small Mountain Dew can.
Hold on, Kyle.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. I've been thirsting for the taste of legend.
I realized that as you were like, hold on. Thirsting for that. I want vengeance. That's what I want.
Yeah, what are you vengeful about?
I don't know. But I want it. I am vengeance. I am the night.
It's that Batman poster that's getting you, Kyle. I think he's inside your head.
It must be, yeah. I am Batman. Oh, man. Where every week we thirst for the taste of legend. That's what we're thirsting for.
That's what we do, folks.
Not vengeance. Definitely wasn't me. If anyone got vengeance, not me. Don't
not
count
Kyle.
me in.
Both parents still alive.
I am legally obligated to say I did not get vengeance. Anyways, we are here on a Friday night. I'm excited to hang out and talk and all of that stuff. My name is Kyle Springer. I am joined by Melissa Wilkinson. Melissa, how has your week been?
It's going well, Kyle. You may have noticed several new additions to the team, which are six. It's 6 helium balloons. I had an office party today. I wound up with the leftover balloons, and I thought, well, it's a waste if I don't put them in the podcast. So we got to find something to celebrate today, Kyle. Kyle, what are you celebrating? What are these balloons for in your mind?
Vengeance. I mean, what else?
Let's celebrate vengeance.
Getting back at the people that wronged us, right? Vengeance. That's what I'm talking about.
Batman calls home to Alfred. Alfred, I got him. I got Joe Chill. And Alfred's like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will prepare the balloons.
He just comes home to a cake that says vengeance. I mean, technically, you already had the party sign up.
This is true.
So now you have more balloons.
It's always a party here.
There's some blue stars, it looks like, some gold stars, some ones that say celebrate on like the circular. Yeah. Celebrate! Woo!
Tomorrow night, I am going to a trivia night. One of those like church basement fundraiser trivia nights.
Mm-hmm.
And there's an invitation to decorate and theme your table at this one. And the best themed table gets a prize of some kind.
Yeah.
And our table's theme is Blockbuster Video. So that's why I got like blue and gold balloons for this office party. Like, I'll just take these home and I will save them for tomorrow.
Perfect. That works. Yeah. So speaking of this quiz stuff, I don't remember how much we've actually talked about it on the podcast specifically, but you have been evolving into our very own Billy Quiz Girl.
Yes, it's me. I am Master Wilky Quiz Girl. Hello. I have played trivia. I've been the Billy. Now I will host trivia, and I will be the Pete White.
There you go. So yeah, you signed up to be a like trivia night host, a trivia night. A
quiz master.
Right word. Yeah, quizmaster, host, all of that stuff. That seems like something that I feel like if you had told me you had been doing that for years, I wouldn't have blinked. I would have been like, all right, yeah, That's sounds like you.
So many people, and by so many, I mean now 3, that I've told people to that I've started to do this. They're like, you would be really good at that. Not just, that sounds cool, but specifically, yeah, you ought to be doing that, which feels like a tremendous vote of confidence. Yeah, I will be I will be doing quizzes with Geeks Who Drink trivia. I played Geeks Who Drink from like summer 2019 all the way up into lockdown. Like the final thing I went out and did before COVID got really scary and everybody stayed home was I went to the trivia night. That was the last night our quizmaster was going to be there. It was just perfect timing that she was retiring that night because she was like moving across the country. So I was like, I don't know what this disease is, but I have to go see Kenya off. Like we have to go to Kenya's last night.
There you go. That's fun.
Yeah. And I haven't played it in a while because they never came back just on a convenient night or venue for me. But I realized, well, if I want that, maybe I should facilitate that. Maybe I should just apply to do this. Yeah. And then I can make a little extra money. I've got something that gets me out of the house because as much as I love podcasting, I feel like I'm married to this desk. I'm constantly in this one chair. It's like I need to leave sometimes.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I've got my training, my in-person training at other venues in the city next week. And then starting in October, I will have my own weekly venue.
That's cool. So start me from square one. What is the process to become a quiz master?
You don't need to like take a test. I filled out an application, answered a couple like short 1-paragraph essay questions, sent him in a video. You had a call.
We need to make you an official like ID, like so you can be like, I am a card carrying quiz master, and you can like show that off and be like, haha. There you go.
I think quizmaster is like their term for it. I like host because I feel like that implies I'm the person giving you the answers. It's not like I'm Ken Jennings. I'm the Alex Trebek of the situation.
Yeah.
We can only hope. He's the one who's like in all of our hearts. I think all of us like go to bed at night and look up at a photo of the late great Alex Trebek.
So are you like shadowing someone then this next week to just see what they do and that counts as your training?
Yeah, I will be shadowing 2 local hosts at their venues and running some of the digital answering system and reading a couple of the rounds. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. This is my mind like trying to think of every possibility. Do they teach you anything or have any kind of documentation on like conflict resolution in case someone wants to like challenge it and gets upset and be like, no, Melissa, you're wrong.
Yeah, we've got the site. The company is a site called the Erogenous Zone, and if anybody is nitpicky about a quiz answer, you can send them there. Like, write the writers an email, tell them you thought it was wrong. I didn't write this. I'm just here to read it.
There you go. I was listening to a podcast this week that did some trivia stuff, and they had some really, really good questions in there that I was like, ooh, I'm gonna have to take a mental note and maybe use these down the road. But they had a question in there that I think technically they got wrong. It was one of those things where it's a gray area, like it was meant to be this thing, but I think it actually ended up being this thing, but everyone knows it as this one thing that's like so I like in my head I was like I'm gonna have to go look that up afterwards, which I have not yet, but I thought of that and I was like, I wonder if stuff like that comes up in trivia quizzes when you go out there, and like what do you do if like someone calls you out on that of like, well, actually like there might be kind of this thing that might not actually
take
be
it
the
up
right
with the
answer.
head office. It's not my job.
Okay, write an angry email. That's what I have to do.
At my office party today, we did do a trivia game. This is something that frequently we would do for the whole office parties we would have for like Christmas every year. This was a party just for our department. So it's like maybe 18, 20 of us. We're like, let's do trivia. Let's write it ourselves. So I wanted to host I knew that. Like, I got to get this practice in. And then me and another coworker wrote questions, and it was so fun to write questions and like bring facts to people that they didn't know. One of these questions was that I wrote, what beloved 1980s sci-fi movie was turned into an Atari video game so bad it almost bankrupted the company?
I'm gonna assume it's E.T.
Yes. I thought that was a more well-known story, but it didn't seem like anybody knew that. I think people could guess it, but nobody was like, oh yeah, I love that story. I love the story of them burying games in the desert. So I got to be the one to tell my department about that, and that was a real honor.
Considered one of, if not the worst video games ever made.
Speaking of fact checking, I did mean to double check to like really look into the story so I could be clear on whether or not this was one of the things that helped lead to their bankruptcy or like the nail in the coffin. E.T. did it. Unclear. I didn't find time to go through the articles.
We must get vengeance. Good stuff. That's fun though. That's fun that you'll get to go out there and host some trivia nights. Should be fun.
I look forward to it. If you're in St. Louis, come find me. Come see me.
Absolutely. Well, let's see here. We got some pop culture news to discuss here.
Yes, we do. This is a big week.
Stuff. Especially because D23 happened this past weekend. Yeah. This is the first time that we've really gotten to sit down and actually talk about it. We've done some reactions to the trailers, to a few of those that came out. I was hoping to react to some of the Star Wars trailers. I was just so busy this week that I never got to it. But we did do reactions for National Treasure. The subtitle is The Edge of History.
Yes.
And then we got to do a reaction to Werewolf by Night, a Marvel special presentation.
Oh, man.
And then Secret Invasion. So there you go. Go check those things out. But man, D23 happened this week, or this
what were your thoughts?
Weekend. I like what we got. I think there was a lot of good things. I was not expecting a trailer for National Treasure just yet. I guess I wasn't really sure when that was supposed to be coming out. So that was a nice surprise. The Star Wars stuff seemed really cool. I think the thing that wowed me though was the Werewolf by Night trailer.
Yes, what a trailer.
That looked so cool.
So what we had known about this was it was going to be a Halloween special presentation directed by composer Michael Giacchino about Werewolf by Night, a guy who's a werewolf at night when you're typically a werewolf. Right. And we didn't really know anything else. It was something that had been reported on, but not like officially announced. It was in a weird gray area.
It was a poorly kept secret. It's like, we know it's happening, but they haven't officially said it's happening yet.
Mm-hmm. But it is coming out on October 7th. I think it's supposed to be about an hour long. Not exactly sure. But this trailer, it's all in black and white. I don't know if we knew that before. And it looks very grindhousey. They're like the way this trailer's edited together. It's got all these odd cuts and like
a little bit choppy
film stock burn throughs and things. It looks great. There's a very crypt keepery character in the trailer. It seems like it's maybe a reanimated corpse of some kind, not as gross as Crypt Keeper, a fresher corpse, but he gives like a very Crypt Keeper pun.
Right.
It looks great. I am so excited by everything that this could be.
It looks like this interesting mix between like an homage to those old Universal monster, the old Wolfman, movies and Dracula and all that stuff, mixed with like that grindhouse, almost like Quentin Tarantino like look to it, but with Marvel characters. Yeah, it looks bizarre. I don't. It seems like it's kind of a locked room mystery. It because they said something in there that was like, when one of you is not who they say, or like something like that. So it kind of implied that like one of these people is the werewolf and we don't know who. I'm not sure if that's actually how it will play out.
We know who the werewolf. Well, we do. I don't know if the people in the trailer all know it's the dad from Old. He's the werewolf.
Sure. Or yeah, like we might know and they might figure it out real fast. But yeah, it's interesting for sure. I loved that one a lot.
Kyle, I gotta check in real quick.
Yes.
Do you know that when I say Grindhouse, I'm talking about an entire genre of film and not just that one specific Tarantino Robert Rodriguez collaboration?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
I know that is a genre of stuff, but that like when I like it's the mix of the like real like dirty, dusty film with the like cigarette marks. I forget what they call those things on there, and for some reason that's what I think of when I think of Tarantino. I know he didn't do that in all of his films, but he has this like rough style to the way he cuts things, and that's just what I associate it with there. So that's what I'm talking about.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yes.
Now, moving on, let's talk about the Secret Invasion trailer.
Yeah, that one looked great too. I forget. I was listening to the Talking Comics podcast, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was them that mentioned one of the people writing this series also worked on Mr. Robot, as well as some other like. They said something else, some like alien show. I think, I don't remember.
Some alien show.
See if I can look this up here. Secret Invasion. Okay. Wikipedia. Let's go. Wikipedia. What do you? Is this the guy? Let's see. Open a new tab. Kyle Bradstreet.
Yes.
A television writer and producer. Worked on Mr. Robot. He is the creator and executive producer of the upcoming Disney Plus miniseries Secret Invasion.
Right. I feel like maybe this was a news item we read like a year and a half ago.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not really familiar with the rest of his stuff. But this looks interesting. So, yeah,
was there not a some alien show, or is this I don't some remember. Alien show?
No, because it was some. Maybe they were just referencing like what they thought it looked like or something. I don't remember. But yeah, because they're like that first scene is like this spaceship. It opens up. It's that bright white light. You can't really see, and it looks like this real tall, like long necked alien. And then it's like it steps out and it's just like, oh, that's just Nick Fury, and the light was obscuring him there. And it's such a good shot. But yeah, I cannot wait for that one, because that one seems to almost get back to that like spy espionage stuff of like Winter Soldier and Black Widow and stuff like that. So that will be neat. I'm excited.
I'm happy we're getting the tense thriller and cosmic together. I like that those two parts of the MCU's various genres can come together for Secret Invasion.
I was going through Apple TV Plus recently to put more of their shows on my list of things to watch. And it's something I never really thought about until I was looking at all of their stuff is the genre of thriller can go so many different ways. Yeah. Right? You can have horror, you can have crime, you can have spy, you can have like, right? We're now about to get some like space thriller, alien thriller with this thing. Alien spy thriller. I don't know.
Just to to give you how broad of a definition thriller can be, I just Googled thriller movies.
Right.
What Google says are the top picks for me. I don't know if it's specifically me. Some of these are very Melissa movies. Other ones are not. Top picks for me in thrillers: Blade Runner 2049, Joker, Split, Morbius, Pacific Rim, Shutter Island, the original X-Men, Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs,
I feel like some like Shutter Island, Silence of the Lambs, Split. Yes, thrillers. Would classify all as thrillers. The other ones are thrilling, but not every time you are thrilled is that a thriller.
Right. But yeah, nonetheless, I'm excited for this show coming up. Good stuff there. I think so. That's all the like. So that being said, I think the thing that a lot of people are talking about is also we were expecting like casting information on Fantastic Four. We didn't get that exactly. But I think overall, like, I enjoyed what we got. I don't really have any major complaints. It was just it seemed quieter than Comic-Con. But
we've been in an odd pattern where at first Marvel wasn't going to do San Diego Comic-Con. They were just going to do D23. And then when they did do Comic-Con, when they announced they were going to be there, people thought, okay, this is probably going to be smaller. You know, it's about time for us to get like a Wakanda Forever trailer, but maybe they don't have a whole lot to talk about because they're saving most of it for D23. Then they blow us out of the water at Comic-Con, have so many announcements that go so far. And we're like, what's left at D23? And it's just some further details and Werewolf by Night. We were expecting to be like absolutely shocked, thrilled. This is a true thriller. And I really did like everything we got. But I think some people, were disappointed that the rising drama of the thing felt like that should have been a bigger convention. But I'm satisfied.
Yeah, it was not what we expected, but it kind of also makes sense though that they did all of their comic book stuff, all of the Marvel stuff at Comic-Con, or the majority of that stuff, whereas D23 is the entirety of Disney, right? So there was just like regular Disney stuff there. We got the National Treasure stuff, we got some Star Wars stuff, we got some Marvel stuff. I know there's more in there that I did not pay attention to as much, but it was more widespread than like, here's all the biggest Marvel stuff. So I guess it kind of depends on how you look at it, but
we did get official confirmation that Matt Shakman is directing Fantastic Four, which means I can cross that off my bingo sheet. We made a MCU bingo this year for the cumulative both San Diego Comic-Con and D23 with our predictions for things that would happen at these panels. And one of mine was a name is attached to Fantastic Four. Indeed. Just one. And here it is.
Let's see. So I recently got rid of all of my Adobe products. So I no longer have like Photoshop or stuff like that. And I'm using either like different programs or like some alternatives and stuff. So I'm trying to figure out a way. Let's see how I can bring up my Marvel bingo card on that's just gonna be all the way over there, and I don't like that. Can I center this guy? I don't want to center.
Well, you work on that. This is what I was able, because I just opened mine up in Microsoft Paint, so I did it very quickly. This is what I was already able to cross off my sheet. Kevin's fun hat free space. Captain America 4 details. We've got Captain America New World Order coming along. I was really excited by the reveal that the leader's going to be the villain in that. I'm happy he gets to come back as a major villain in a major film.
That was fantastic. That was great news.
I was able to cross off Thunderbolts details, Namor in the Wakanda Forever trailer, a presence of Kang, Guardians 3 behind the scenes look. I think there was a little bit of that shown at Comic-Con, even though it hasn't been released to the public yet, and a use of props. Props on stage. Now I don't remember what it is, except for Chuck Woody showing up as the High Evolutionary in a full costume. But somebody must have held some sort of prop.
Yeah.
But now for D23, I am able to cross off a name attached to Fantastic Four, the Werewolf by Night trailer, and even though it hasn't been released to the public, it was only shown at D23, the Loki Season 2 teaser.
Yes.
None of which gives me a bingo. I got a total of 9 correct guesses.
Okay. Oops, let me see. Can I undo that? How do I undo? There we go. Can you I have not used Microsoft Paint like ever. Can you change the opacity of a brush?
Probably. Okay, all right. This is what you do. Welcome to our paint tutorial. Thank you for being here. So you go to tools.
Okay.
Oh no, where do you go? Size, color. Oh, it's here somewhere. Brush. Maybe there is. Oh, maybe if you select a different brush like watercolor or something that has like a lower opacity built into it. Not sure.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, let me see what that does. Let me just do a quick dash in those. You know what? That's fine. That's fine. I'll stick with that guy. I just didn't want to cover up the stuff so I couldn't read it.
I just drew a circle around it, Kyle. Have you heard of a circle?
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let me see if I can bring this up on screen. This is not what I was hoping for it to look like. That it's just so tiny. There's all that space. Strange. Oh well. Okay, so you said we did get news revealed through close, right?
No, I don't remember that. I don't remember it being a news item.
Okay.
What we were hoping for was another moment like Mahershala Ali putting on the blade hat.
So
we didn't get one of those.
Did we get an Ironheart teaser? Not specifically.
I don't
she is
think
in that trailer.
We did.
She is in the Wakanda trailer.
She's in the Wakanda. I think we put that down with the spirit of Ironheart, the television show, and not Ironheart, the character, appearing in a different project.
You're right. Scrolls? Did we get it? Yeah, well...
okay.
What was the spirit of that one? That's what I want to ask. Because we got a Secret Invasion trailer.
What I put down on my bingo sheet was live scroll reveal, in that I was hoping that somebody on stage at one of these panels would tear off some sort of elaborate mask to reveal. Right. Like Kevin Feige comes out and you're like, Kevin Feige looks kind of different. And then he takes off the mask and it's Ben Mendelsohn. That's what I wanted to happen. It did not.
Okay. Yeah, no, that didn't happen. I did not see any kind of moment of someone being picked up. We had that one of just like a big bear hug or like a thing where someone gets picked up. I didn't see that.
Nobody, to our knowledge, used Morbius as a verb. You assigned me to put that on my bingo sheet. Didn't happen.
No update for like Midnight Suns announced. I know there's probably a technicality in there for the video game, but I'm gonna skip that one.
We were talking MCU.
Yeah, we weren't.
Good for the video games though. Enjoy.
Fantastic Four did not get a date. It is not for 4/24.
It did. It got a date, but it is not on 4/4/24. It's in like November 24.
I don't think we heard the X-Men 97 theme because they didn't really announce any other mutants.
Yeah, no X-Men.
Did we get any visuals from the Marvels? I think, didn't they show a trailer at D23 or like show some footage? I know there's been a number of pictures of the actresses that have been going around, but did we get actual like the Marvels?
There was the Marvels footage shown at D23 that has not been released to the public. What I put down on my bingo sheet was like promo images. Like if they came out with some like cool production stills that the public could see. And we didn't get that. Like I was imagining like a very specific piece of PR and that didn't happen. So I didn't cross it off for myself. But if yours was vaguer, just that anybody saw anything about the Marvels, you can cross it off.
No, because we were kind of going for the same thing. I think we just worded it differently on our sheets to make things like fit the way we wanted to make them fit. No new announcement of a new team. No, like here's the Defenders Part 2. Here's the Invaders. Here's the Runaways. There's none of that stuff. Use of a Marvel prop. Did you have that one marked down? I forget what
that was crossed off for Comic-Con, but now I don't remember what it was. We had a costume, but I don't know if anybody was waving around like a shield or a sword or a glove or something.
I don't know.
There wasn't another moment on the level of Taika Waititi handing Natalie Portman Mjolnir.
Yeah.
Something happened, but it wasn't that memorable.
Man,
so much happened. This is how much happened at San Diego Comic-Con that I don't remember what that circle means on my bingo sheet anymore.
Yeah, it's hard to keep track of. But I have to say, I am doing terrible on bingo so far. I don't think I have a chance to get one unless I have it like the next row that I'm gonna write off as like I get them all, which I don't think will. First look at Namor. Yes, I will mark that one off because we did get to see him in the Wakanda trailer. Do not know Shang-Chi's next appearance.
Not specifically, no.
We did not get a date for the Wakanda show. Like World of Wakanda or whatever it might be. Was Jonathan Majors there? Did he show up to Comic-Con or D23?
Yeah, he was at both of these. So what I wrote down on my sheet was presence of Kang, which meant like Kang the foe looming over the MCU, which we got with the announcement of the Kang Dynasty. But also, yes, physically Jonathan Majors was at
there.
Both of these events.
Okay. So man, I my next square is update on Madam Web, which no, we did not get an update on Madam Web for Comic-Con or D23. However, we now do have an update on Madam Web, which we'll get to in a bit here. Did we get a date for What If Season 2 or just like a more like, hey, it's coming? It'll be
I don't nothing about What If Season 2 has been publicly released yet, at least.
Okay. Young Avengers announced. No.
I am kind of impressed at how much stuff has been shown in these panels that hasn't been released yet. I really appreciate that for the people who got into the panels, that they did get to see things that were truly exclusive.
Yeah. I would love to see them debut a trailer like on Werewolf by Night, right? Just like we get a new trailer with that. And that is the thing of like, hey, to go see this new trailer, you need to go watch this thing. They might want the YouTube numbers still, but like that would be neat to be like, that was the first look at that. I don't think we got an update on Agatha. No, yes, we did. Because they changed the name.
Yes, I will count that. They changed it from House of Harkness to Coven of Chaos. I'll give you that.
Yeah, absolutely. She-Hulk shown at Comic-Con. I don't think this happened. And what I don't think so. By this was, right, like, here's the first 2 episodes. You guys can watch it here now. That didn't happen. And then the Loki Season 2 teaser, which I know that stuff was shown.
I would count it, even if it was an exclusive teaser that we can't see, to know that they were teased. That counts.
Yes. So if that's the case, I have 0 bingos.
I figured this was a wild enough game that neither of us would get any, but it was a fun experience.
For sure.
We can do it again next year, just for San Diego Comic-Con, because D23 only happens every other year.
Watch them switch it again, where they like don't really announce much Comic-Con stuff, but then at D23 they just blow it out of the water with all of the stuff. God. Okay, well there you go. That was our check-in on our Marvel bingo. Yes.
I just want to mention a couple Marvel tidbits from D23 about Marvel in the Disney parks.
Yeah.
I have not talked enough about the stuff they're doing over in Avengers Campus and Disney California Adventure. So this is a Marvel themed land that exists sort of out of Marvel continuity, in that any character can be there at any time.
Yes.
You can see Iron Man, you can see Black Widow, you can see Black Panther, you can see new people, you can see Ms. Marvel, they're all there. And they put out so many like really specific characters, and they can do it immediately after you've just been introduced to that character. The week Shang-Chi is released, here's Shang-Chi. You can see him in his bus fight outfit and in his final outfit. People have different outfits. When they were doing Loki, you can see Loki walking around just in his outfit from the Avengers with the horns. But also, when Loki the show was running, he came out once like in his prison jumpsuit, TVA, and then he came out in his like button-up shirt with his holster. Like, they had every Loki look. And they have, for Halloween events, Agatha comes out.
That's
Last
awesome.
year, for Halloween, they had zombie Captain America.
Nice.
Yeah, it looked really cool. And this year, they are going to have Hulk. They showed this really cool looking, like full-sized Hulk meet and greet character. It's a person in this like bodysuit. Yeah. And they've got this, like, I think they had like a behind the scenes booth that showed you kind of how they did the armature for that giant hands. And I think the suit has some sort of like inflation to it, kind of like with how they do the Baymax meet and greet character. Okay. And it's Hulk in his like time travel outfit from Avengers Endgame. And he's got the helmet on. So his face is kind of obscured. So they wouldn't have to do like an animatronic Hulk face, which I understand. But yeah, you can see a Hulk there, which is exciting. I look forward to seeing like vlogs of people going to meet Smart Hulk. Yeah. And then I don't think She-Hulk has appeared yet. Maybe they're like, let's do Hulk first and then She-Hulk. Let's do a chronology to it. She-Hulk, do it in chronological order.
Yeah, they might want to do that at least, but I would feel like She-Hulk is easier to do since she's not like big giant beast monster. She's just very tall, real tall woman.
I would love
muscly.
If maybe you can't meet She-Hulk yet, but you can meet Jen. just everyday plain clothes Jennifer Walters. I was thinking today about like more specific characters I would love to have a meet and greet with. I would love if they just had a Jimmy Woo roaming around the park doing magic tricks for you.
Jimmy Woo would be great. Now that they've introduced them, I'd love to see the Wrecking Crew. Like, you know, it would be really amazing to have like certain areas of the park where like people aren't necessarily allowed to walk, but there'll be like a controlled explosion that the wall blows out. The Wrecking Crew jumps out with like bags of cash and stuff, and then they go like running down the street and start like, you know, meeting people and talking with them. And then that's when Damage Control shows up and they just put everything back together.
Oh my god.
That'd be
DODC
great
demonstration.
Right, yeah. Do you guys see which way they went? That'd be so fun.
I really enjoy hearing about how much Avengers Campus is able to evolve with these costumed characters. I think that seems to be the highlight of that land, besides the giant food at Pim's Test Kitchen. I'm still in love with the idea of a pretzel the size of like 3 faces. But also, they are, so when this land originally, when the land opened, when they announced the opening of the land, it's next to Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, which is Tower of Terror, the old Twilight Zone themed ride, reskinned to be Guardians of the Galaxy. Looks super fun. And then they opened Spider-Man Web Slingers, which is like your classic shoot 'em up ride, where you've got like little laser. It's like the rides where you've got the laser gun, but instead the thing like reads your hands. Yeah. So you just do the go web go, and it reads it, and that's how you play the game. And they were supposed to have a big e-ticket ride that was the Quinjet ride. Yeah. And I'm like, people love the Avengers, but I don't know if people specifically love the Quinjet. I don't know if many people know that that's even what its name is, or that they have a specific jet. I'm like, okay, I'd still love to do it. I think now, but they never ended up building it. Because this thing, like, this ride just opened like last year, like COVID cuts. They just did the Spider-Man ride, but they are going to put in, the details are very fuzzy right now, but they are going to do a big ride, a big attraction of some kind that is multiversal. Ooh. Yes. And like they showed a promo image that's got like, here's Captain America Sam Wilson next to Captain Carter, next to She-Hulk, next to Spider-Man and the animated Spider-Man from freshman year. Like all of these characters coming together. And the foe for that ride is King Thanos, like a Thanos that just absolutely dominated, and like I know he won at the end of Infinity War, but this seems like a Thanos who isn't sad in a garden. He's like a crown, he has a beard, he looks cool. So I don't know much about what this is. I'll let you know once I learn more, but just an update on how the MCU is doing. Not the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but the MTPU, the Marvel theme park universe.
Sounds good. Well, with that, let's take a quick break for housekeeping. And then I alluded to that update on Madam Web, and we have some more pop
we know you're on the
culture
edge of your
news.
seats
All that.
to hear one fact about Madam Web.
What will it be? Who knows? Stay tuned. We'll be right back. I need to hit the button to actually go into the. We put a lot of hard work into the shows that we make, and yes, we make multiple different shows here at the Whatnauts, and we'd love it if you check them all out. You can find out more information on our website at thewhatnauts.com, as well as your favorite podcasting platform of choice. When you type in the Whatnauts, all of our shows will pop up right there. Just don't forget to give us a nice rating and review if you like the shows. If you want to support what we do here at The Whatnauts, patreon.com/The Whatnauts is the best place to do that. You can support us for as little as $1 a month. You can get all kinds of exclusive content at the $3 tier. You can also get a shout out and a thank you on all of our shows at the $5 tier. You can support us on Twitch by subscribing to our channel at twitch.tv/The Whatnauts, and we would love to have you all join us for our live streams and talk with us in the chat. And lastly, we have merch. If you'd like to grab yourself a shirt or a sweatshirt or a mug or something else, go to thewhatnauts.com/store to pick up some merch today. And we are back. Big shout out to all of our Patreon supporters. Thank you so much. It means a lot. Thank you. We appreciate it. Thank you for supporting cool things that we've been up to here at the Whatnauts. Of course, we mentioned all those trailer reactions from D23. Please go check all of that stuff out. But Melissa, you and I just got done with Shame-Tember. The first 2 weeks in September on the Whatnauts review show, our weekly book club style podcast, we reserve for Shame-Tember, in which we pitch things that is on our list of shame, whether that's specific to you or me. or like big pop culture like that. Like, how have you not seen Star Wars? That's weird, you weirdo. We do stuff like that. We watched The Godfather as well as Titanic the past 2 weeks here. Which
films neither of us had ever seen. This was, I think, our only mutual shame timber.
Yeah. Which is really interesting because I finished watching the most recent season of Riverdale this past week, in which there's an episode which Jughead and his girlfriend are watching Titanic. And I was just like, I just did this. This is strange. But yeah, that's what we did on the Whatnauts review show. We got some comics coming up on that once and future, as well as Kaiju Max to be looking forward to. And then, of course, here on the Captain's Log, we're always getting into all sorts of fun and games and shenanigans and all sorts of stuff. What did we do last week? I almost forget.
Soda.
Oh yeah, that's
we did
right.
like 3 sodas.
It was all the Mountain Dew updates. The Queen died. All of that stuff. It was just it was a weird one. Out. It was a weird one, but it was a lot of fun.
It is funny that when I try and describe the show to other people, I'm like, yeah, we do like pop culture news and we talk about movies and we talk about limited edition soda flavors.
Yeah, it's just an off topic show.
It became our
general
brand.
Chat. Yeah. It's a joke that we're leaning into very hard. But yeah, go check all of that stuff out. But that's it for housekeeping right now. So the news you've all been waiting for. No, I'm just kidding. But yes, we did get an update on Madam Web. Unfortunately, that has been postponed along with the Kraven the Hunter movie. So Sony announced today that they now have a new Karate Kid movie in the works.
Yeah.
I think with the success of Cobra Kai, they're like, why not make a new movie with that? So go ahead.
Did you know there's a Karate Kid stage musical?
I did not.
There is. I haven't seen it yet. It's like a local theater was doing it this year. I couldn't make it out to see it, but because I've never seen the original Karate Kid. I know
That's the shame, Melissa.
He stands on one leg and he waxes a car.
Yep.
I don't know what he does a karate. I don't know what he does.
Have you seen? But have you not seen the original or all of them?
None.
You've seen none.
0.
Okay, I was gonna say because if you had not seen the original, but you had seen the what's his name? What's Will Smith's kids?
Oh, the Jaden
Smith one.
I've not seen that one.
That one was not good. It was not good at all. But
Kyle, how is a movie so bad that you need to tell me that 3 times in a row? You can say it once. I understand. You don't need to reiterate that point. You're going to hurt Jackie Chan's feelings. You can stop.
Jackie Chan is fantastic. He's always fantastic. But the movie was just not great.
I've just been encountering lately when people don't like something, they just say it over and over and over again and they don't rephrase it.
They need to reiterate.
Like, that movie was bad. It was terrible. It was so bad. And I'm like, you've given me 0 information. I don't know what about it you don't like. You just gave me some adjectives.
But it's how much they don't like it. The fact that they're emphasizing it so much is a clue as to like on a scale from 1 to 10, it was like 82. It was not bad. No. But yeah, they announced a new Karate Kid movie. And I guess I don't know if this is one they've had in the works for a while and they're just announcing it now, or they just put this on the docket. But I think they're trying to get this out quick because Madam Web moved from the October 6th spot in 2023 to February 16th, 2024. So that got pushed out of that year. Same thing with Kraven the Hunter, which was in the January 13th spot of 2023. That got moved to the October 6th spot that Madam Web was in. So interesting stuff with that. I guess I don't know.
I guess now you know. Now you know how to plan out your late 2023, early 2024. Kraven the Hunter being an October movie sounds appropriate. I think one thing we've learned is that the amount of time it takes to make a movie has no bearing on the quality of the movie. Questionable movies have taken a long time. Excellent movies have taken a long time.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's not good news or bad news. It just is.
Indeed. Yeah, I like these ones for me are more so curiosities. Like I'm more interested in these than I was like Venom or Morbius, because these are so. I mean, Morbius was too. That was so left field of just like, why are you making this very obscure Spider-Man villain into its own, like no one really, like this guy hasn't really had much of an ongoing comic. He's had some, but not much. Whereas Kraven is a lot more popular. Madam Web is just another one of those oddities of just like, why they've tried to do that like whole Bat family thing with Spider-Man, where they want to create more spider characters around Peter Parker, but it never works. It always just feels very forced and stuff. And I think that's what they're trying to do with Madam Web, especially with the success of the Into the Spider-Verse, where it is this more like multiversal story. I like that just seems like the direction they're trying to push Spider-Man in, which is okay, I guess, but that's like a newer story. Like that's not like a part of like that's not ingrained into Spider-Man's history yet. I don't feel like. It's just weird to me. It's so new.
We've talked about this before. I know the exact playbook of what it is you want to say. You're going to say, multiverse isn't that big of a deal to Spider-Man. Really, it's more about clones. Do you know how much Spider-Man comics are about clones, Melissa? And I'll nod and I'll say, yes, Kyle, you've told me.
That was a huge deal. And they haven't read it once. It's weird to me. And not that, like, the clone saga, I think, has, like, mixed reactions. But even still, like, that would, like, I don't know, but I guess more recently, yeah, Spider-Man has been a more multiversal character, which is interesting. So there you go. There's all that stuff. This also came out today. This I thought was really fascinating. Constantine 2 is supposedly in the works with Keanu Reeves.
Wow.
Wow, indeed. I think that is the appropriate response. Just wow.
First off, this, I don't know if I was specifically aware that there only ever was one Constantine. If you would have told me that there was a Constantine 2, I would have believed you. This seems like a movie that could have quietly had a second one, like Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance.
Right, yeah. No, they only did one. There was a Constantine TV show. The actor who played that, Matt Reeves, I believe. No, Matthew Ryan. I was doing the thing. Is that his name? What the fuck is his name?
I don't know.
But they had a Constantine show. And
I do remember that.
That character then eventually got pulled into that whole DC CW universe.
Okay.
He appeared in Green Arrow on his show. He appeared, he was a series regular for a couple of seasons on Legends of Tomorrow. But he played a great Constantine. A lot of people really liked him. But I watched the first Constantine with Keanu Reeves not too long ago for the first time, and it's actually pretty good. I like it. Good movie. Good stuff.
This This is what I've heard, is that I think it was one of those movies that people didn't like when it came out, and then some years later they reevaluate it, and you're like, it's not a 4. I think it's a 7. A 7's worth watching. Check out Constantine. It's a 7.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see what they do.
Who does he
with
fight?
That one.
What does he do?
Demons. He's a magician. He does magic and stuff. So whereas you were like, I want to know more about the like dark magic side of the DC universe.
Yeah.
This is it. Like he fights demons and monsters and stuff like that. So
I never knew he was a magician. Okay. Mm-hmm. Is he a wizard? A wizard sorcerer, or is he a magician like Jimmy Woo?
He's more just like a fucking bastard is what he is. Like he's the like
that's my
sleazy,
favorite D&D class. You've got wizard, you've got sorcerer, you've got bastard.
That is kind of what he is though. Like he's the like just real sleazy dirtball with a trench coat, chain smoking, does all this magic stuff, is not really well liked by the people around him, but is like always ends up doing the right thing or like doing the good thing. And so people do come around on him and be like, hey, you're not that bad of a person, but he has this like real just like jaded, like real down on his luck. Everyone hates him and everyone in hell like knows him, and they're just like, fucking Constantine, man. What a bastard. Right?
When the weight of the world has got you down. Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. And also that place is hell.
Yep, indeed. Indeed. That's kind of who he is. But yeah, I'm interested to see what they do with that, because that was it. So it's kind of become a cult hit of like, it flew under the radar. It wasn't big when all that, like it didn't make it into the mainstream in the same way that like Raimi's Spider-Man's did, or those X-Men films or all that stuff. It just kind of came out, did okay. And then in hindsight, people were like, actually, good.
Yeah, I think there is this lost middle ground of like 2000s superhero movies. There's the ones that we all know and love. You've got your Spider-Man, and then there's like the ones that people infamously do not like a Catwoman or something. Ugh. In the middle, there is like a couple ones that just are in the middle. And because they were neither famous nor infamous, they've just slipped through the cracks of time. And now we begin to unearth them. Like, Constantine, check it out. Watch him go.
Indeed. Watch him go. Look at him go. Oh, Constantine.
Look, this is a slogan you could put on most posters. Bullet train. Look at it go. Beast.
The Avengers.
Look at it go.
Look at him go.
Look at him go.
Good stuff. Well, with that being said, I think this is a good spot to wrap up the podcast for this week. This has been a fun one. Melissa, where can the people find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Wilkywit. That's WILKYWIT. And listen to my other podcast, Saturday Morning Obscurities, show where me and my brother Jams talk about weird old kid shows you feel like only you remember.
There you go. If you guys want to follow me, I am at Yo Kyle Springer on Twitter. And of course, if you want to stay up to date with all of the stuff that we do here at the Whatnauts, we are at the Whatnauts on Twitter. We do have some old quiz. We do an annual trivia night here on the Captain's Log. We did it a couple months ago. Go look up those ones. And
every June.
Yeah.
We've done 3 of them. Us and Ignacio. They're a lot of fun.
Indeed. This has been number 205 of the Whatnauts Captain's Log. We will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.